Or now I get started again. I'm sorry. Yep. Anyway.
We're fantastic.
We're fantastic.
So.
So.
No,
not really. Okay.
I'm bad at English right now.
Just take it slow. Just find your words.
Stop. No, I don't want to find my words. I'm terrible at this right now.
So, hey, welcome back. We survived Valentine's Day.
Hooray!
Yay! So what did you do for Valentine's Day?
I did what a lot of people in my position. I went to work and then I went home.
Okay.
I was asked what I was going to do, and I looked them in the eyes and told them nothing. So that was my Valentine's Day. Did you do anything?
I went to a baby shower.
The greatest gift of all. What better exemplifies Valentine's Day than a baby?
Yep, baby shower. It was fun. But then I went to go see the Tulsa Oilers in a hockey game that night, which was considerably more fun. I left my friends who had the baby or everything, but hockey. But there was only 2 fights, so
hockey is greater than babies. Mark it down. All right. So what just happened before we hopped onto the mic? We watched this movie called Killer Mermaids.
Killer Mermaids. Yes.
And it was the worst film I've watched this year. By far. If you have a chance to go watch it, you should. It's on Netflix. It is about these people who come across an island where there's a mermaid, and guess what? It's killer.
And there's also Fidel Castro.
Yes, there's a creepy old man Johnson guy in here. He looks exactly like Fidel Castro, and we are on a tremendous high right now.
But it kind of, in a weird way, goes along with one of the things I wanted to talk about this week, which is first world problems. In a weird way, the 2 main Americans, they just show up at this island and can do whatever they want, and there's a yacht.
No, like, this movie is about 6 rich people, and only 6 people, because there's only 9 people if you count the mermaid in this entire movie.
That's true. We did not see anyone.
No other living soul was in this movie.
Oh, no. There was a waitress at the cafe.
10
so
people.
there were 10 people.
And we're not quite sure. Like, the mermaid could be moonlighting.
Oh, you think the mermaid was now? The mermaid was the cafe. We're in the cafe.
Yeah, that was that moment that it was a deal with Ursula. You know the story. What was really cool about it is that nobody used the term mermaid in this film. And I've been on a Walking Dead kick, and I found out that they don't use the term zombie because in the universe of The Walking Dead, in pop-up culture, zombies don't exist. Fine, whatever, it's dumb. But the same thing in this movie happened in that these people saw a woman with a fishtail. Or a dolphin tail.
And no one said, holy crap, it's a mermaid.
Holy crap, it's a mermaid. Not one soul. And that was incredibly bothersome.
That was the most bothersome. Not the, poor acting.
I made a list.
I
put it in the other room. I'll make sure I post it later of my top 10 concerns of killer mermaids.
Are you going to post it on Facebook later?
Yes, it's definitely
it's going to happen.
My top 10 list. But anyway, back to your first world problems.
This is kind of a first world problem. It's like, man, the movie we watched is just...
No, I was about to say, that was my first world problem, that apparently mermaids, they didn't say the movie was called Mermaid Killer. Nobody said a word about mermaids. I know because I had closed captioning on, and not one time was it spoken. They used Scylla though, which was strange. But that was.
They talked about sirens because they were doing the hypnotic singing thing.
They did. But yeah, that's my at the time right now. That is my first world problem. I definitely have another one. Do you have one?
Do I have one? Well, I was kind of making a list this week of like little first world problems that I kept running into. Things like, man, I have to go get gas.
Yeah, no, that's definitely...
For the car that I own.
How many cars do you own?
3. Technically, I own 3, which is just so bad.
My first car's out of gas. Now I got to get one of my other 2. That's definitely a first world problem. I had a first world problem, not quite on that level. Actually, it might have been twice that. I have a really hard time signing condolence cards, like, hey, we sorry this thing happened to you and your family, because I feel like whatever I say is not going to come off as
helpful.
Yes, it's going to come off as super disingenuous or ingenuine, and so I don't write anything down at all.
You just write your name?
No.
Nothing? So you get past the card and you pretend to write on it?
If I can skip it and, like, leave a cupcake on their desk with, like, no name, that's what I do.
So you'd be like the Phantom Cupcake?
Or any pastry. I mean,
Pastry.
You got to make it personal because that's what the opposite of writing. Hey,
And so that's a personal problem.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you think people in third worlds have a summer like, man, I really don't want to tell Bob, like,
no, because I don't want to stereotype people in third world, but I feel like they are better with that than I am.
Well, that's unfortunately probably very true.
And so I don't. That's my biggest fear is social interaction. Okay. That's my biggest fear is social interaction. It's like, oh no, this person be like, you're not really sorry that my grandmom died.
Well, it's a little bit narcissistic in a way, don't you think?
Yeah, no, that's pretty much the best way to describe or define the first world problem. I don't feel comfortable right now. It's about me.
When something horrible just happened to them and they probably aren't thinking about you at all.
Yeah, no, like, you get into a fender bender and their car is totaled and yours is, oh yeah, and they have to take the bus to work and they're getting to work late and the boss fires them and then the spouse leaves them and then they don't have custody of their kids anymore and then you just hop into your other car and go to work.
That went really dark really quickly.
It's
So my insurance doesn't pay for this other person to get their car repaired.
Oh, maybe it was the other way around.
They totaled their car, but they should have had insurance then.
Let's say it was more like almost a no fault or double fault. I don't know how cars work or insurance or wrecks work. I have a perfect driving record.
Sure.
And I make these up. The woman who cleans my apartment, she has these problems. I don't have the problems.
You have a woman who cleans your apartment.
Let's not go into it.
That's a first world problem. And here's another one. I'm actually looking for someone to clean my house.
Look no further than in the mirror.
Everyone who listens to this is thinking how entitled we are at the moment.
Oh, no.
Which was the point.
Yeah, that's the whole point. We got a first world problem. I wish we were deeper than that. Like, I wish I could tell you, no, that sounds I was about to give you some real Starbucks, dime store advocacy. That's not quite word. First world problems is that this
you can't find the word.
I'm still shell shocked about Killer Mermaid. So
okay.
Yeah, the movie I'm still within its thrall.
Well, we can go back to talking about that if you want.
I don't want to. No,
okay.
Like, we need to move on
into more first world problems.
Or better yet, there was the Miss Universe pageant happening.
Yes, there was the Miss Universe.
And you looked through it, and there were these gowns that they used to represent their home country. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And in this home country, a lot of them they were really, I'd say, some of them were pretty beautiful. Like they looked like official regalia.
I was a big fan of Japan's outfit this year because she was dressed like a samurai right out of an anime.
Yeah, no,
that was cool.
That was cool.
Is she going to jump into a gigantic Gundam robot and fight next? That would have been.
And a lot of the South American countries had a lot of festival type
Carnival.
Carnival type. These gowns were so fancy I had to call them costumes.
Well, they were like practically like showgirl float type.
Yes, they were, but they were beautiful. They would look like something that you would see on a float
or in a Vegas show.
And then there was two countries that came to mind. One was Britain.
Oh yes, yeah.
And theirs was just a Buckingham Palace guard.
But it was a sexy Buckingham guard.
No, somebody says, "Hey, dress up for Halloween," and that's what she did. I'm a sexy. What represents England the strongest, and that would be
the sexy Buckingham Palace guard. Totally. I'm surprised she wasn't carrying tea. Actually, that would have been the icing on the cake, so to speak.
Oh yeah.
I love that her hat was the most authentic part about her entire outfit.
I bet that is a real uniform that they tailored to be
super short. We're gonna post a link to this on the website, by the way, so you guys know.
I am sorry if you have not seen it already. Where have you been? That's your first world problem. I don't have enough time to look at all these internet websites.
Well, you don't. That's the most horrible part about it. It's like, I cannot process all of the internet today.
But, so, yeah, theirs was just super uninspired because there's all these, England has a rich history. It's an old country. It could have done something really cool like everybody else did.
I kind of wish that Britain had lined up with all of the people who used to be colonies.
Oh, so, India and Hong Kong and...
Well, and us and Australia.
And that'd be cool.
I think it would have been funny. And then France could have, lined up with everybody that used to be colonies of it. And yeah.
Too deep.
Too deep.
That's my first world problem.
It could be like a Miss Universe, history, history days. Like, And the girl from Britain could be like, in this year, we colonized this country.
Is China and Japan going to get into a fist fight? Is that what's going to happen as well?
It would be like a hair-pulling cat fight, because it's the Miss Universe, you know. No, actually, it would be more, what is it called? Waifu? Is that what?
Yeah.
Like where the super tiny girls like get into...
I'd watch it.
This would be a great action movie. Like, surrounding by the Miss Universe pageant and everybody...
It could be the ending of the Miss Congeniality trilogy.
Oh, gosh.
That's what this movie is.
I didn't even think about that.
Yes, Sandra Bullock.
Benjamin Bratt can come back. And only 3 people were like, oh, I know who Benjamin Bratt is.
That's exactly how you follow gravity. Like I'm saying, so you do one for you and you do one for them.
Yes.
That's pretty much how it goes.
No, but then we have to move into who had the best costume.
Or the worst costume.
I think it was the best costume.
Like, it was the best if you consider the Miss Universe a straight up joke, and not even...
Well, it's kind of a joke. I'm sure that some countries take that very, very, very seriously, but...
It is very much a joke. I'm just saying that. But if you have a model or... if putting a Miss Universe on your resume matters. So if you do that, I don't want to have this... Like, you can't have this headshot in your file.
Your portfolio?
Yeah.
As a model?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so... Miss Canada, she comes out in a dress made out of beaver skins and flannel... With like a peacock's tail of hockey sticks, and sitting atop the hockey sticks is like an honest to goodness life size scoreboard. And I'm looking at this like, okay, yeah, somebody let 4chan design Canada's uniform. That's exactly what happened.
No, but I kind of liked it in a way because it really, I mean, it's really stereotypical, but it tried to really reflect what Canada is known for and what I guess Canada embodies. Because I think that's what that should be, is like the anthropomorphic personification of a country. And that was Canada.
I don't even know, like... have jewelry made out of poutine.
I would like a dress like out of maple leaves. I think that would be good. Of the silver maple leaf is Canada, red maple.
That's what it should be. No, you should have a dress made out of the I'm going to butcher it. Yeah, the Toronto Maple Leafs jerseys. How much more Canadian can you get? I submit that you can't get any more Canadian.
You think she passed out syrup to all the other contestants? Like,
see, now I'm about to just really start stereotyping Canada. I don't want to get on Canada too. Like, it's not about Canada the country.
They stereotype themselves.
It's about this costume, and we'll post it up. But it is the most glorious, ridiculous thing that I've ever seen in my life. Like, by far.
Some of the other costumes kind of blended together a little bit for me.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, some of them were actually trying to look good.
That's true.
And some of them were trying to soak up as much attention as possible. They say, I'm not going to win.
You know, I can't remember what the U.S. girl was wearing.
It would be so funny if whoever, we'll go back to the file and look through the website, but it'd be so funny if it was just like a Jessica Rabbit dress.
Maybe with like some stars and stripes on it.
Yeah, that's about it.
They should have had somebody dress up like Captain America, I think. Like,
oh, be the best. Not like sexy Captain America, just like a straight up.
Yeah, just Captain America.
Mm-hmm. No, I'd watch that. No, I'd have to vote for it.
And then Russia could dress up as Winter Soldier, and it would just be.
No, I agree that it should be something like that. I want Russia to dress up as that Iron Man equivalent, the cosmonaut, the red something. It doesn't matter. Or just go completely different. Kill the continuity, just dress up like Red Sun Superman or something like that.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
And then it could be Batman with the hat. It's like a little furry hat. Mm-hmm. Like the Russian, Anyway, we are going to go watch a live performance tomorrow night, though, which is exciting, which we can report back to you guys about.
Can you describe what this performance is? Because next week it's going to be too late and it's already going to happen. They're going to know. So you need to tell them. Tell them what this is.
No, I think we could just say that we're going to go watch a live performance. It's called the Venus in Fur.
Well, what is the Venus in Fur?
I think that they can look it up on their own. Or anyway, you can tell them, because I'm not going to.
First world problems.
Yes, definitely.
Stop being... Okay, anyway, I'm not going to tell you about it because I want Kate to tell you about it. But I will tell you that Venus in Fur is a play written by somebody.
Performed by somebody.
Performed by people. But I received an invite for it, and it said that you should come in costume.
We're going to the opening night party, and there's a costume contest before the performance.
Yes, there is a costume contest before the performance, but I did not know that Kate knew that. I'm just talking about the main ad that they put in the newspaper. It says, feel free to come in costume. And costume is in quotation marks. So here's some air quotes that I'm doing right now. Come in costume.
And by costume, it means bondage gear.
Yeah, so we're going to a bondage party.
No, it's not.
There's going to be breath play and knife play and subs and doms and sadism and masochism. Yeah,
there's going to be all that, but it's part of the performance.
And restriction
and we're just watching. I don't know how to say this
whips and chains. Like, no, it's pretty much a live show that we're going to go watch people
pretend to do those things.
Can you really pretend?
I think that they have to, because it's not a sex club or something.
Nobody needs to know that we're not going to a sex club.
Oh, you're trying to make us sound more interesting than we actually are.
Actually, we're going to
a club.
An instructional conference. There will be pamphlets and
name tags.
And name tags.
With lanyards.
Mm-hmm. And we will report back what we've learned from this regional meeting of the BDSM Recreational Club of America Midwest Edition.
Yeah. No. That is not happening. Unless you guys sponsor us. What did you say, America BDSM?
I gave out a whole bunch of words on that one.
So unless they sponsor us, then
read it back, find the acronym, and that's what it is.
Oh, but we're going to go see the Venus and Fur, which is being performed at Enzo is the bar.
I think it's at the IDL Ball.
Oh, well, they're connected to each other.
It's all connected.
It's all connected. It's like Inception.
We're so cool in downtown. We have 3 clubs that are in.
Okay.
No, it's not dig. It's how cool we are.
Oh yeah, we are that cool.
Some places only have 1 place inside of them. We have 3.
So I guess next week we will report back on how the performance was and if we learned anything.
I'll be shocked I learned anything.
Okay.
And
you just know too much.
Thanks for listening to us.
Yes, thank you.
We have really enjoyed doing these. And one of these days I'm going to get this iTunes set up, and you can just follow us. And like as soon as we put this up, you're going to get a alert on your phone. Boop boop boop. And
is that the sound? Boop,
that
boop,
is,
boop.
Yes. I mean, if you have,
you should have been like boop, boop, like Betty Boop.
That's the Android sound.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
sorry.
So you're going to get either of those. And we're going to do this weekly. So feel free to follow us on Facebook.
And we've been 3 weeks now, so it's almost a habit.
It's almost a habit.
Yep.
So with that, I'm Ron.
And I'm Kate.
And we will see you later.
Begin again, begin again, begin again.